Hello there, I'm Jo Bean, and I would like to welcome you to the Brassettes Podcast, number 7, where we celebrate women of all ages who have a shared passion of playing in brass bands. In this episode, I'm talking to Lauren Chinn, Flugelhorn player, and percussionist Coco Chan, who are both from the Flowers band. Hope you enjoy our chat. Hiya, Lauren.
Hello.
Hello, and Coco.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello there. Hey, thank you very much for coming on to talk to me. You've had a brilliant, last year was probably one of your highlights last year, winning the national championships.
Yeah, absolutely. A very, very exciting year for the band in 2024.
I bet. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, so what's how long have you both been in the band for then?
So I've been in the band 10 years now, so it's been quite a long part of my life, really. It's about literally a third of my life has been in the band.
10 years? Wow, that's great. Now, have you always been on Flugel?
No, I started on cornets as a player and in the band. So I was on rep when I first joined in Flowers, and then I moved over about 5-6 years ago. Can't remember exactly when, but
did you? Yeah,
it was like a long time. Yeah,
onto Flugel. Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
And the thing is that's it, isn't it? Because I'm a Flugel player as well. I play Flugel, and I just think I've played it. Yeah, it's a lovely instrument, isn't it? It really is. It's one of them, and I think once you get onto Flugel, I went on it 30 years ago, and I've never looked back. It's one of them.
Yeah,
I never want to play cornet. It's one of them, isn't it? You know. So what about Coco then? How long have you been in the band, Coco?
I joined in the summer of 2019, so I got about 9 months in before everything closed down, and then we came back again. So about 5 years in total, with a bit of an interruption at the beginning.
Cool. Oh, really?
Good.
Yeah. So where have you played at then, Coco, before you went to Flowers then?
So I'm actually a relatively new convert to banding. I came up through orchestras.
Right.
So I did a tiny bit of banding when I was younger, like a year in a training band when I was a teenager, one uni brass as a favour for a friend who was the conductor. And then I joined Flowers 5 years ago. It was my first full-time, fully signed up registration card band.
Brilliant. Right, really? That's amazing then, isn't it?
And it was all a bit of a surprise. So I got a cold email in 2019. Would I be interested in helping out at a contest? And I thought, oh yeah, this will be fun. This will be a nice one-off gig, something different. And then enjoyed it so much, kept coming back.
That's it, isn't it? Once you've got the bug.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's it, isn't it? So what if so you've got a busy year ahead of you now? So you'll be getting ready for the areas.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've already started preparations.
Brilliant.
Looking forward to Torquay. But it takes the pressure off because we've already pre-qualified, but we've still got to work hard to prove our ability and stuff.
Of course,
yeah. I mean, we were delighted to bring home the Nationals trophy. I don't think it's really completely sunk in, but particularly just going to bring it back to the West Country that's never seen it before. Really kind of put our county on the map. But we know, in a way, it takes the pressure off for London, but also we know that people now are going to come to Torquay with higher expectations, and we want to give them a real show in March.
That's it. Yeah, exactly, isn't it? I know because I listened to your performance at the Nationals. We were there, and I really enjoyed your performance. I really did. So and we stayed in for the results, and it was amazing. It was great to see everybody celebrating because we were just above, and there was a long line of you, and everybody was proper just partying, weren't they? I was oh, it was so good to see.
Yeah, we're quite a partying band. We love socialising with each other, whether it's a contest or not.
Well, do you know what? It's brilliant because you've got a lot of young players in your band as well, haven't you?
We have indeed about half the band's under 30. So yeah, it's.
I thought there seemed very young band because you've. I've noticed you've got your TikTok channel, haven't you? I've noticed there's quite a lot of TikToks going on.
Yeah.
They're good.
Try not to take ourselves too seriously on the TikTok.
I really like that though. I think it's great, isn't it?
Yeah. It's Erin, one of our solo cornet players. She's one of the the younger members in the band, and she's set that up, and it's great. We have so much fun on it.
I think that's brilliant, because that's the thing, isn't it? It's like it's getting you were sharing your story from your band, and it's like, if you're all young like that, why not just enjoy it, can't you? You know, because there was one I really liked, the one when it was a Brassing concert and everybody's just dancing and everything, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, they put such a good after party on at Brassing concert. The live band's brilliant, and we're just having such a whale of a time.
I know they do, don't they? They do, because do you know what? I took my daughter to it this year, and she got too tired, and we had to go, and I was absolutely like, it's fantastic. Come on, we can have a dance. She's like, oh, I'm too tired. I was like, oh no. So I missed half of the party, but I could see it was in full swing when we left.
Yeah, it's always next year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she'll be nearly 17 this year, so I'll be like, yeah, come on, what's wrong with you? Come on. I don't know. So what are you all up to then? Are you students, or are you working, or what do you?
Well,
a bit of both.
I'm a bit of both at the moment. So I am a brass teacher. I have been for the last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
But I'm actually also retraining in a postgrad in ecology at the University of Gloucester. It's something completely different, but I'm just giving myself a bit of security for, the turbulent life of a brass teacher that seems to be happening at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, well, that'll be interesting then. So are you doing that part-time study then?
Yeah, so I'm still teaching 4 days a week, and then doing that as a part-time.
And band as well, dear me, you're busy then, aren't you?
Yeah, it's very busy.
Yeah, but the thing is, like something like that, you're better off doing it now, aren't you, while you're young, and you know what I mean? That's
exactly.
it, isn't it? You might as well, absolutely, I think so. Take all the opportunities you can. What about Coco then? What are you doing, Coco?
A bit different. So I work in the civil service in digital and technology full time, and my team specifically supports refugees from the Ukraine.
Oh, right, okay.
So I feel like I kind of switch my brain between kind of a daytime mode and nighttime band mode.
Yeah, so that's pretty intense then, isn't it? So you're doing, so that's a full-time job.
Yes.
Yes, brilliant. And so you've not done music as at university or anything? No,
I didn't. I did a lot of music while I was at university. I probably spent more time in the music department than I did in my home department. But yes, didn't study music. Lauren went to the Royal Welsh College Music and Drama, so Lauren's had quite a different kind of journey into banding than me, which I think is great. That's what I really like about our band, is we're all everyone's a bit different. Everyone's got a different job. So you talk in between rehearsals about what your day's been like, and it's different for everyone.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with banding, isn't it? You meet such a cross sector of don't you? Like, there's so many different people in banding, all different trades, what the work has. It's fun. It's fantastic, really. Like so Lauren went to the Royal Welsh then. I didn't realise that. Sorry, I should have asked you that, shouldn't I? So you've already done a music degree then?
Yeah, so I did a music degree, graduated in 2017, and I actually went to college with quite a lot of members of our band, actually, about 8 of us, I think, went to Royal Welsh College Music and Drama. And then, so that's why I became a brass teacher to start with.
Yes. Yeah, because I played at Fishburn Band, so we have Jake, who went to Royal Welsh, and Chris. Do you know Chris?
Oh, yeah. So I went, Chris was a couple of years younger than me, but I do know Chris quite well. Yeah.
Yes. So they're all in ours, and Michael Freeney as well, but like he'll be a bit older than you. He went to Royal Welsh as well, so it's brilliant.
It was a great place.
Yeah, great, fantastic. So what kind of advice would you give to young people who are wanting to do music or top level banding? What kind of advice would you give them, do you think?
Well, you can come from banding from all sorts of backgrounds, as Coco said. I know a lot of people are not really choosing the music college route at the moment because it seems like quite a risky choice career-wise. However, I think I look back at the people I graduated with at college, and everybody's gone into completely different things, from being professional people that work in managers at the NHS, and people that work in pensions, and people work in banks, brass teachers, people that kind of work in the civil service as well. So it can lead you anywhere, because the skills you learn at music college, kind of like confidence and talking to people, it lends to any career path. But joining a band from another career, maybe Coco can talk about that.
So as I said, I kind of came over from the orchestral route, so that was all my training through kind of all of my teens and early 20s was the orchestral before I came to banding. I would say to percussionists, the reason I fell in love with it so quickly is because the parts are so much more interesting. I mean, you just have so much more to play in the brass band repertoire. The occasional kind of test piece aside, but most of it is so much busier. You learn so much because you're on your feet all the time. And I would say to the players who are developing and want to get into top banding, there's probably a couple of things I would say is, as a percussionist, try everything across the section. The more range you have, the more useful you're going to be, the more jobs you're going to book. And even if that means just like for your next concert saying, oh, I want to do a really simple timp part because I've never played timp before, just give me one piece and I'm going to have a crack at that. So much of what we do is trial and error in percussion. So you've got to have a go at everything, and you'll really rapidly improve. And I would say the other thing, if you're doing really well in your band, you're getting to grips with the parts and you want to take that next step up, I think the big thing for percussion that's probably different from the brass players, in so much of our work, is in the transitions. And by that I mean the bits between the playing. It's how am I going to get to this point on the stage, to that point on the stage, with the right bit of music on the stand and the right pair of sticks in my hand. And that's what fascinates me when I watch other bands, is kind of watching the team kind of move around each other and all the moving parts, and we really exist in a physical space as much as kind of music. So I think if you want to progress, that's an area that I would spend time kind of really thinking about. Is this layout actually working for us? Can I get to that instrument on time? Do I have a place to put the thing down without it falling on the floor and making a loud noise in the middle of the quiet second movement? And that's kind of that's a big part of the skill of the top percussionist. It's not just playing the part, it's the movement as well.
Yeah, brilliant. That's it, isn't it? It's so important. So I know you've got the Aries and stuff, but like, have you got a lot of concerts booked in already with Flowers? I can imagine you're very in demand.
Well, what's good about our band, actually, compared to some of the other top level bands, we're not as busy, because we only have 1 or 2 concerts per month. But we've still got some really exciting projects on the way. So we've obviously, in a couple of years' time, we've got Europeans, and
of course,
if people want to see what we're up to, it's all on our website as well. But we do lots of really fun projects. One of our people on our committee, Gregor, he's really into making connections with the orchestral world. So we've been involved with lots of really exciting music festivals recently. So last year we did Newbury Spring Festival, and we are now kind of linked up with the Three Choirs Festival, and I think we're doing that this year again.
Brilliant.
What things have we got, Coco?
So we're a bit all over the country this year. So we're going to be down to Newquay. I think we're also doing a workshop there. Some of our principal players are doing workshops as well as the concert. We're also up to Ripon in Yorkshire. I can't remember exactly when in the year. So we're kind of darting all over the UK this year, which is great, and we're really looking forward to. And there's a few kind of quite exciting but as yet unannounced things in the spring, in the summer and the autumn that will go on the website soon. And then as Lauren says, 2026. We're off to Euros for the first time, which is beyond exciting. I mean, it's been the dream for so many years for so many of our players. And we just want to say thank you to anyone who's donated to our fundraiser. It takes a lot to take a band aboard. So we're really excited for that. And in 2026 also, we're thrilled to have just received an invite to the World Music Championships in Kolkata.
Oh.
So it's going to be a very busy spring-summer in 2026 with Europeans in April and World Music Championships in July. But we are so very excited for both of those things.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Dear me, I'm feeling excited for you.
Yeah, it's exciting, if a little daunting. It's quite a schedule.
Just enjoy it. Yeah, just enjoy it though. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, it's we when I used to play for the Reg Vardy band, and we came third in London once, so that meant we could we qualified to play at Kokrat, and we went to the World Championships. Oh, and it was absolutely fantastic. We had the brilliant time. I mean, I think we came about fifth or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was like such a good experience, you know, and amazing. Yeah, just enjoy it all. That was, it's probably about 19 years ago that now, since we did that. And the time, I think that's it. You get, I think that's it with banding, isn't it? You get into your routine and you get so busy doing all these different contests, and then another year goes, and then another year, and the time just, you know, so just enjoy it. I think that's the thing, isn't it? When you're on a roll, when you're enjoying your music, I think that's the best thing, isn't it? You know, and you're enjoying the people in your band, the people that you're with, your good team. It does make it, doesn't it? You know, you look
definitely.
You look back when when you're older, and you look back at this time, and you'll just think, wow, what, you know, how brilliant.
I've got a question for you. Why did you set up the podcast? Because I think it's a brilliant idea. But
do you like it?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, do you know what, right? Well, I've always worked. I work in marketing and publicity. That's what I've always done all my life. And the thing is that I'm an ideas person. I've always got ideas. I've got too many ideas, really. Sometimes I have to calm myself down because I'll never get anything done. But I've had this in my mind for quite a while now, but I've never been brave enough to do it. Do you know what I mean? You know, when you talk yourself out of something, you think, oh God, no, you know what I mean? And but it's weird because I think the thing is what mainly started it was a couple of years ago I got breast cancer, and I was treated for it. But the thing is, it makes you put things in a different perspective, and you look at things so differently. And I just kept thinking, there's so many fantastic women in banding. And I just thought, and I love chatting to people. And that's what I've always done, you see. And the more I've chatted, I thought, you know, I'm going to try and set myself a challenge. So this is my challenge for this year. So I'm going to try and do 2 a month. You know,
fantastic.
You know, and I just think I've interviewed Anna Hughes-Williams, who used to play at Hammonds.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She's such a funny person.
She's fantastic, isn't she? We had such a good time. We had such a lovely chat. Do you know what I mean? It was I think this is what I'm enjoying, because it's lovely. We can just you just have half an hour and you can just have a really good chat, but we learn so much. And I think if I can help inspire somebody who's starting out, do you know what I mean? Our stories that we're sharing, I just think it's great. And it'll do the bands good as well, because we're talking about everybody's bands as well, aren't we? So
yeah,
that's why I've done it, really. But
yeah, in the past, I don't think people from each different bands have really connected enough. I think that's one of the things that needs to be improved, is talking to one another, because we've got so many similarities across the country.
Exactly.
And it's bounce ideas of each other and, you know, get the best out of everybody if you communicate more. I think
that's it, isn't it? Because what I've done as well as the podcast, I've also got an online community. So we've got a group, a little private group. There's about 140 ladies in it. And all in bands all over. And the thing is, it's been really nice. So we've over Christmas, everybody was sharing just a snap of where they were, what Christmas job they were doing, what band they were with. And then at the beginning of January, I did a get together. I did in Durham, a Brassettes bottomless brunch. And there was about 15 came, and they were all from different bands in the northeast, really. And you know, it was fantastic because everybody was chatting and everybody made new connections, you know.
Yeah.
And
that's brilliant.
It was lovely. So we said, really, I know some of the girls at Shepherd's in York, they would like to organise one over in York. And I said, well, we could do that. And like, you know, and try and be a bit more like networking, really, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah. Because like we all like in all these bands, but we recognise people from, but we don't know a lot. You know what I mean? And it's just giving that extra support, isn't it? I think, because like if anybody needs any players, they can just think, oh, I messaged them, I've met them now, you know, or I need an idea, maybe some promotion, or you know.
That's great.
I love that ambition and the kind of like, let's make do with the equipment you have for now and see what happens.
I think that's it. I did read somewhere that I was reading about, and you do, don't you? Like, you know, you think, right, how do I start this? And somebody said the best advice is stop overthinking and just do it, because you never start, do you? Because you'll be thinking, you know. And I thought, well, and then once you start interviewing people or chatting, and then it's like, oh, how do we, you know? And I think it's just natural. I think it's one of those things. It's just happened naturally, really.
That's great.
It's probably good because, like, I can talk, can't I? I'm sorry.
That was good.
That's good.
I talk far too much, and this is without a glass of Prosecco, isn't it? I've got a cup of tea, you know what I mean? So, like,
I think, well, podcasts are the new thing, aren't they? I do nothing but listen to podcasts when I'm driving now.
So that's why, really, you know. But we'll wait and see. But there's all kinds of things in the pipeline. Somebody's wanting me to organise a Brassettes charity performance. We might do one in the summer. So
that's a good idea.
So that's good, because people are really, you know, it's one of those things. I think when you bring people together, they're just like, oh, can we do this? What about this? You know, and it's amazing, isn't it? Like, you know, and the thing is, I know we're all busy, but like, it's just like, I think I am passionate about banding and music and everything. So it doesn't feel like work to me, because it's like you say, isn't it? You know, like if you love something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I've talked far too much there.
Okay.
No, we love it.
Organise it, but we could like get loads of people involved. Like even if like there's some younger people, because I know there is some in the northern region who are wanting to help. So I'm hoping that they're going to do some little interviews for me at the northern areas.
Fab. And we often talk in our band back of how interesting the psychology of a contest day must be, of the waking up in the morning and you don't know when you're playing, and then the adrenaline of the draw, and then the waiting and the playing, and it's like 3 adrenaline spikes right at the draw, and then the playing, and then the results.
Exactly.
I think it'd be really fun to like follow a band through a day.
I know you should do. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? That'd be really good, because the thing is, I always say, like, in banding, we are like the best people. Like, we just wait and wait and wait, don't we? Do you know what I mean? It's like we've become so good at waiting. You know, like maybe 5 or 6 hours before you're even going to play it. But you're keeping yourself right and keeping your nerves right and keeping that focus and keeping in the zone.
Mm-hmm. It's hilarious how everybody in the band reacts. Some people go really hyper and start making jokes, and some people just sit there silently, not speaking to anyone. It's just so funny watching everybody.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? And it can be hours before you play, and then and even like when you've waited all day and you've got up really early, and then you might not play till 7 o'clock at night or something, and then that awful feeling where you're having to like, oh, come on, you know, like. But the adrenaline kicks in, doesn't it? You know. But we've all been there, haven't we? With some kind of experiences. But yeah, I think that would be good. Well, if you fancy it when you're at a contest and you want to do any interviews, just send us them. We'll get them on Brassettes. You know.
Yeah. And what I really enjoy about the TikToks that you don't get in any of the other kind of social media or marketing is you really get the sense of joy that exists in our band. We have the best time all the time. We get on so well. You hear us like laughing in rehearsals. So Paul, our MD, does like to crack a joke, and we just I really feel you get the sense of how much we genuinely enjoy each other's company through those TikToks in a way that you probably don't through any other medium.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yes. Brilliant. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's one of those, isn't it? I think TikToks. No, they're great.
What I love about them also, you can't tell whether we've won a contest or come last in the contest because we're having just as much fun in both. So,
well, thank you for chatting to me. I've really enjoyed that. Not long.
Yeah,
I'll see you all later. We'll watch out for you.
See you, Jo. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you to Lauren and Coco from the Flowers Band for spending time to come and chat to us on our Brassettes podcast. It's been really great. The music you've heard throughout the Brassettes podcast is the Tees Components March. It's an original piece of music written by our friend Andrew Champion, and it's played by our brass group, the Tees Components Brass. See you again next time.